Hello! Wow, that was a weird vibe. Hello, I'm Jenny Fern and welcome to my library. Today I'm going to unbox some books. I will later do a haul on these books where I talk about, like, you know, why they're important to me and the plot summaries and stuff like that. Today I'm going to unbox them, show them, and I'm also going to answer some questions, some bookish questions. So that is what this video is. This is a more fun video, more lax video. So let's chill out. I just got an immense amount of books in the last 2 days. These are from the last 2 days. So let's open them. This is from my book buying spree of buying basically every book that I've wanted for the last like 10 years that I've already read. So I have already read all of these. So let's start. Let's open the first package. I don't know how I'm gonna show this. Just do this maybe. I'm a little afraid of cutting the book. Oh, this one's fun. This is Sphereland, a fantasy about curved spaces and an expanding universe. This is not by the same person who wrote Flatland, which I have over here, but it is a continuation of Flatland written by somebody else called Sphereland. So what I did for the questions, I just looked up like book tags on the internet and I found this 20 questions tag, and so I'm going to answer these questions. So the first question is, how many books is too many books in a series? I feel like more than 6, maybe more than 7. 7 seems like a good number for like a full-on series. Guess it depends, because children's series, I feel like you could do like 20 books and it would be okay, because it's kind of more like an episode of like a cartoon. For a full-blown series, like adult, you have to keep track of characters and stuff. I think more than 7, honestly. I'm sure I'll read something that has more than 7 books in a series and I'll be like, this was the best thing that I've ever read in my life, and it'll be the exception to the rule, but that's what I'm gonna say. So here we have a little yellow package. Oh, goodness, okay. Okay. Ho ho ho! This is cool. See, that's why I'm doing the unboxing, is so you can get my real reaction about these books. This is, wow, I didn't realize it was a hardcover. It's beautiful. Wow. This is really cool. This is Rachel Carson's The Sea Around Us, which is a nonfiction book about the ocean, and it's quite old. It was written in the 1950s. Reading like more historical science nonfiction it's interesting. It gives you like a lot of respect and appreciation for what you take for granted as like known science, when it wasn't known and it wasn't understood by the people who were in the field at that time. How do I feel about cliffhangers? Okay, it's a good question. If it's at the end of a book, I really like to get you to read the next book in the series. Absolutely not a fan of cliffhangers at the end of a book. Happy to read a series that acts as standalones. I feel like if you do have a cliffhanger, you might as well just have the second book be a part of the first book. That's how I feel, because I don't like investing my time into something and then feeling like it's not resolved. I think it's fine to have cliffhangers in the meat of a book to keep you excited and want to read like the next chapter or the next part of the book, like having a reveal, and you know, you get all excited about like what are the consequences of this reveal. I think that's fine. It is pretty hot today. It's like 100 degrees or something outside, and I will have to go out later this evening and make sure that my plants don't all die. I'm not looking forward to that. Okay. This is Twixt. Sorry, my eyebrows raised because of the back of this book. It says young adult dark fantasy lesbian. So I was like, what is that? This is Twixt by S.E. Dimer. I'm not sure what order these will come out, but when I was over on those bookshelves over there, looking through my books to see what I could get rid of, I did mention this book, and I was like, I should pick up a copy of that. I did that. The next question is hardback or paperback. I'm quite fond of a paperback, and this is very likely an unpopular opinion, but I quite like a mass market paperback. I like the vibe of a mass market paperback. Like, here, show an example. Like this, I like the size. I kind of like how far the text goes into the margins. Like, I like the feel of a mass market paperback. It's so much more common now to get these larger, floppier paperbacks. And it's fine, like I'm fine with it, but I do prefer a small, tight paperback. Another book. Ooh-hoo! Yes, this is exciting. This book is Enough for All, Foods of My Dry Creek Pomo and Bodega Miwok People. This is by Kathleen Rose Smith and is a book about like indigenous food practices. And I was really interested in that subject, so I looked it up. I actually did buy a digital copy of this book, and I wanted to buy a physical copy of the book, so I did that. Favorite book? Favorite book? Oh my god. I have no idea. It's hard for me because some of my favorite books, like what I would say are my favorite books, I haven't read them in such a long time that I can't really tell. So I'm gonna go through like what I've reread. I've reread Harry Potter. That's not gonna go in this list though. I've reread Heart of Darkness. That was one of my favorites when I was in high school. Same with The Catcher in the Rye. Adore The Catcher in the Rye. And 1984 I also quite like. It's not that impactful. You know what I'm gonna say? I worked myself through it. Sapiens, A Brief History of Humankind by Yuval Noah Harari. It did not say that I had to do my favorite novel. That is my favorite book. I need to pay more attention to my garden because it's just hard in the heat. It gets really hot and dry in summer here. And so it gets to be pretty hard to keep anything alive. But I've been trying. Oh, how cute. What a cute little edition this is. This is The Jungle Book by Rudyard Kipling. I don't think I've ever heard this name said. I don't know if I said that correctly. Yeah, I liked The Jungle Book. I read it on my phone as a public domain book, and I wanted to own it. It's really pretty. This copy. This is very cute. The next question is least favorite book. So there's a few that I had to read for high school that were my least favorite at the time that I might enjoy now. I hated The Red Badge of Courage. I've actually thought about getting rid of this because I disliked it so much. But I kind of want to reread it and see if I still dislike it. So that's The Red Badge of Courage. It's actually kind of funny that it's right next to The Last True Story I'll Ever Tell, as they're both war accounts of, oh my god. Could we please, could this work out for me, please? Oh my god. I think I'm gonna go with that one just because of the experience I had the first time I read it. I really disliked it, but I'm not 100% sure if that's just because of the level that I was at that time. So do any of you folks garden? I love gardening. I have a second channel that I've been neglecting that's more about gardening. This is Sun by Lois Lowry. I really, really enjoyed the series. I don't even know what the series is called, but it's The Giver is the first book. Very well known, very frequently read in school. The next question is love triangles, yes or no? I don't know. I don't really read that much that has love triangles, I don't think. I guess I'm like okay with them in that like they're entertaining, but I don't like the morals associated with it. That gets really sticky and I'm not interested in that. So I'll just say like a tentative maybe. So I do prefer gardening in winter compared to summer. Here in California, a lot of things can grow in winter, and the rains really help so that you don't have to tend your garden like literally every single day. Because honestly, that can be so untenable when you work a full work week and you're tired when you get home. Oh, okay. So this is Orson Scott Card's Xenocide. This is a part of the Ender's series. So after Ender's Game, there's like the Ender's Shadow series, and then there's the Ender series, and this is a part of that. The most recent book you just couldn't finish. So far for me, that is The Hunchback of Notre Dame. I'm not like done with it yet. And there was also a book that I got called The White Witch of Kynance. I would really like a good weekend. Like I feel like honestly like kind of a rainy weekend would really be nice to sit down and read that book, which isn't gonna happen for a while. So that one, I just haven't really gotten through it. Okay. Oh, I think it is a comic. Oh my goodness. Okay. I just read this book recently. Ah, I got a bookmark. Cute. So this is Odessa. I just finished reading it earlier this year. Honestly, this one kind of ended on a cliffhanger. And I don't even think that the sequel is out, but I really enjoyed this. So I wanted to own it. I think I prefer black and white art compared to colorful graphic novels. Okay, the next question. A book you're currently reading. I'm currently reading Middlesex by Jeffrey Eugenides, and I just finished reading Paper Towns just yesterday. Okay. This is, again, after The Giver. There's Messenger by Lois Lowry. I don't really like those covers very much, but that's fine. Okay, last book I recommended to someone. Well, I do book recommendations a lot on this channel, so let me think about something that I recommended to somebody in real life. I know I've recommended The Eternal Darkness by Robert Ballard. I was recommended Ishmael by somebody, so I don't know. Oh, cute. Okay. This is Mr. Penumbra's 24-Hour Bookstore by Robin Sloan. I don't know why last time I did a whole batch of book buying, I bought sourdough and I didn't pick up this one, so I wanted to pick up this one as well. I wish I had my reading spreadsheet all entirely up to date because I don't know the answer to this question, which is oldest book you've read by publication date. I have to think that it's gonna be something that's like a Greek play, like Sophocles. When did Sophocles happen? 400s BC. So I mean, that's pretty old, right? So probably Sophocles. My dog is really drinking her water right now. Oh, there she is. I gotta take her out soon. She's been very patient with me as I film. Oh, okay, interesting. This is Muse of Nightmares by Laini Taylor. I did not know what cover I was gonna get. I enjoyed this. I enjoyed this book a lot, so I got it. The next question is newest book you've read by publication date. It's 2022, and it's one of the Witch Hat Atelier books, volume 10. I have an absolutely giant bag of books, so this is going to be one big bag, a lot of books. Let's get through it. I don't know where this came from, like how they're all together, but we're going with it. The first book that I pulled out is, A Short History of Nearly Everything by Bill Bryson. I read this and I really enjoyed it, and I just don't really remember it very well, even though I didn't read it that long ago. So now I have it. The next question is favorite author, and I think I'm gonna go with Kurt Vonnegut. To lock in a favorite author, I think it's gonna be Kurt Vonnegut. Just love him so much. Now, this one got a little bit smooshed. But this I'm pretty excited about. This is Saturn Run by John Sandford and Stein. No idea how to say this name. But this was quite an interesting sci-fi. Buying books or borrowing books? I think ultimately if I love the book, I want to buy it. If I don't know if I love the book, I'm not gonna buy it. Unless it's like $1. Oh, how fun! This is Chemistry. I do not know how to say this person's name. Sorry about that. And look, it has like highlights and stuff. Or I guess it doesn't even have highlights. It just has little tabs. I read this when I was in college. I really resonated with it at the time, and I'm so excited to read it again at some point. A book that you dislike that everyone else seems to love. I'm gonna say The Chronicles of Narnia. I'm like honestly a Chronicles of Narnia hater. I suppose that The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe isn't that bad, but the series is awful. Oh, how cute. This is The Hostile Hospital. I went and I bought the rest of the series of unfortunate events that I didn't have. Bookmarks or dog ears? I dog ear all of the time. I dog ear all of the books that I own. If it's a book on loan, I will use a bookmark, but I always dog ear my books. I think it makes more sense than bookmarks because I can then like do it on the page that I'm reading, instead of just like the whole zone that I'm reading, like with a bookmark. And I also dog ear the bottom of books all the time if I have a page that I want to come back to for like a quote or something. Pebble, my cat, is now playing with one of these bags. Okay, the next book is The Fifth Wave by Rick Yancey. I really liked this book. I didn't realize how gigantic it was going to be. This seems way big for some reason. I heard that the rest of the series is really bad, so I'm not going to read it, but I really liked The Fifth Wave. I also tried to watch the movie, and it was awful. A book you can always reread. I don't reread books nearly as often as I should. I think because I went so hard this year and read so many books that I've never read before. I think next year I'm gonna try to reread more books. I'm really feeling the vibe of rereading books recently. But I think maybe 1984, Goosebumps books. I don't know, probably a lot of the like middle grade books I really like. Like The Phantom Tollbooth or something like that. I just don't usually reread that much. Okay. Then we have Gathering Blue by Lois Lowry. Again, a part of that series. This, I think, was my favorite one. I thought this was really compelling. Can you read while hearing music? I don't really do this. I don't think it would go very well. I'm usually quite into music, so I don't think that would work. Oh, what a cute little cover. The Borrowers. Wow. This is cuter than I thought it would be. Oh wow, it's a UK edition. I was not expecting that. Oh my goodness. Somebody used a postcard of a family's Rome August trip as a bookmark, and then they sold it. The next is one or multiple POVs. I think one. I don't know. I just don't like things that are too complicated. I like, you know, simple, short, well done. Hey, I actually got the giver too. So the collection is complete. Do you read a book in one sitting or over multiple days? Almost always multiple days. To read a book, it takes like 5 hours or like 10 hours. Yeah, I might read like half of a book on Saturday and half of the book on Sunday, but almost always it's like spanning multiple days. Wow, why this is so long? Look at that. This is a big book. This is The Penultimate Peril by Lemony Snicket. This is a cute little cover too. I don't really remember this story very well. A book you've read because of the cover. I'd say Idaho by Emily Ruskovich. This book here, I thought the cover was so beautiful. And I had no idea what it was about. And this is one of the most beautifully written books. So, what a get. Oh my goodness, this is the last book? This is the last book for the day. The end. How absolutely fitting that is. This is amazing. I did not plan this. You guys, you aren't gonna believe this. There aren't any questions left either. So this is the end. This is the end. I can't believe that. I hope you enjoyed this chatty, long, kind of messy video. I will be back again soon. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.